Yo, what is up, Bitcoiners? Happy Tuesday. It is December 24th. That means that it is Christmas Eve. For those of you who are celebrating, happy holidays. I hope that you guys are all doing really well. I just want to start this off by saying I've been doing the news for the last month and I kind of feel like it's gotten a little bit boring. I really want to do something that's really authentic to me and who I am. And I want to be able to provide something to you guys, something that's entertaining and also a little bit inspiring or insightful. So, with all that being said, I've decided that instead of being a news show, it's going to be current events. We're going to talk about things that are happening in Bitcoin. We're going to stay away from crypto. I mean, we might touch on things if there's another crypto NFT scam or meme coin scam that's going on. We're going to come back to the basics. We're going to come back to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is truly what matters here. I want this to be more of current daily events that are happening within the Bitcoin space and then my personal take on them, my opinions, my thoughts. Remember, I am an 80 IQ Bitcoiner, so you're not going to always get the most thought out ideas or thoughts, but we're on a journey here. This is a learning experience. This is me trying to find my way and trying to understand some of these different topics that are happening within the Bitcoin space. I really hope you guys enjoyed the show. Keep sending me feedback. I really do appreciate that always. And with that, we're gonna dive right in. Today is, as I said, it is the 24th, so it's Christmas Eve. So I won't be doing a show tomorrow. So everybody take the day off, enjoy some time with your family. I know that I will, but we will be back on Thursday, December 26th for another Channel 256. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Robert Kiyosaki's warning to his 2.6 million followers on X about a impending financial crash. I want to talk about this just because Robert Kiyosaki is someone who helped me along my journey. Love him or hate him, he is a very smart individual and he's also very wealthy. So, he's obviously doing something right. And I'm not saying that we should all just think, oh, a crash is happening, we got to be scared, but maybe we should take his advice or at least think about it. So before we do that, we're going to dive into the mining metrics for Wednesday, December 24th. First things first on our mining metrics, the block height at the time of recording is 876,172. Our total network hash rate is 781.7 exahash, and the daily hash value per petahash is $60.76. We hit the all-time high of 108,280 on December 17th. And we're currently sitting at about $95,050. So we are hitting some lows. It actually hit like $93,000 last night. I definitely hit smash buy at that point. The last difficulty adjustment happened on December 15th. It was a 4.4% adjustment upwards. And in 788 blocks, we have an estimated difficulty change of 0.6%. The current fee rate is 6 sats per VByte. All right, so before we dive into our current event of the day, I have a quick message from Bitcoin Mining World. Channel 256 News is proudly brought to you by Bitcoin Mining World. Bitcoin Mining World is more than a mining equipment supplier. We are educators and advocates for the next generation of Bitcoin miners. Through training programs, boot camps, and a growing network of miners, we're decentralizing the network and fostering a thriving ecosystem. Every purchase supports our mission to empower miners and build a stronger, more resilient Bitcoin network. Let's mine the future together. All right, with that, guys, we're going to jump right in. So on December 20th, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, tells his 2.6 million followers that a financial crash is coming. Here's what he had to say. Thank you, gold, silver, and Bitcoin holders. I do not trust the US government, the US Treasury, or the Fed. If you trust these den of thieves, that is your choice. I stopped trusting my government in 1965 when I noticed our silver coins were now alloys of copper. In 1971, President Nixon continued the theft of our wealth via our money when Tricky Dicky Nixon took us off the gold standard. In 1971, I began saving gold and silver, and today, Bitcoin. If you like being bent over and your wealth stolen via your fake money, keep being ignorant, working hard for fake money, and continue listening to financial planners who will tell you what to do with your fake money. Merry Christmas, and remember my rich dad's warning. What does school teach you about money? Isn't it time to listen to rich people versus financial planners and what to do with your money? Today, the best assets for your money are real gold, silver, and Bitcoin. The world is about to crash financially. Please take care, study YouTube videos, and think for yourself. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, pray for peace. So I really want to give my thoughts here on this message from Robert Kiyosaki. When I first started my journey, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I really enjoyed his take on what money is. I really should go back and read it just to re-up on the ideas that are instilled in that book. But one thing that it really taught me was how to look at money. I don't want to sit here and have this be a monologue about why we should invest in one money or another. Remember, this isn't investment advice. I do think that it's imperative to start thinking about why Robert Kiyosaki is coming at the problem in this way. He's lived in the back of his car. He's gone from, zero to hero in a sense. Now he's a rich man and he has a lot of followers. Maybe that gets to his head a little bit. Maybe he's just trying to fearmonger a little bit. Maybe he's not. I don't really want to say what he is and isn't doing. I think it's important that we just, like I said, ground ourselves in this idea that eventually the dollar is going to crash. Eventually things are going to come to a grinding halt. And there's only really a couple of ways that you can save yourself. And he's not wrong. I mean, investing in hard assets is one way that you will be able to protect yourself from an impending crash that is eventually going to play out. Now, whether it happens in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, I don't know. You've got some people saying that the strategic Bitcoin reserve will be a signal to global markets saying the dollar is weak and pull your money out of the US. You've got people saying the opposite, saying that the strategic reserve will bolster the US economy. As an 80 IQ Bitcoiner, I can't really tell you whether or not we are going to have a crash, whether the dollar is going to remain weak or stable or whatever. If you're going to take anything out of this, is that you should be diversifying your money in places where you can have custody of. And this is something that we talk about in Bitcoin all the time, is just this idea of taking self-custody, being a sovereign individual, taking responsibility for your wealth, your time, and your energy. You trade your time and energy for dollars and for money. So you should take those dollars and that money and you should turn it into something that is tangible, and maybe not in a physical sense, but really realistically in a you can take custody of it sense. And then also something that is valuable. Value is obviously subjective. It's in the eyes of the beholder kind of situation, but everybody has their own idea of what value is. And Robert has lived a very long life and he's been through a lot of different things. So I think it's important to take what he says and just think about it as we move forward into our lives. We want to make sure that we live productive, happy, and healthy lives. And obviously, being terrified about whether or not an impending crash is coming is not a good way to live your life. Maybe put that to the back and just kind of keep trucking along, keep working hard, keep putting your energy out there, keep building something for yourself, whether that's a business or a career. Keep doing that. But also maybe diversify a little bit, buy some Bitcoin, buy some gold, silver, other things like that. This was my take on Robert Kiyosaki's message. So real quick before I take off, I want to tell you guys about some of the mining sites that we have for sale. You want to invest in something hard, you want to invest in something tangible, we have Bitcoin mining sites for sale. And whether or not you're a new Bitcoin miner looking to get into the space, or you're a current Bitcoin miner looking to expand your current operations, Bitcoin Mining World has mining sites for sale. Everything from 0.5 megawatts all the way up to 200 megawatts. We currently have 14 different sites for sale in states like Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Texas, Oregon, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. Our 0.5 megawatt site in Kentucky might be a great fit for a cautious investor, somebody who's trying to get into the space, isn't quite sure about it, has never run a Bitcoin mine before, but is looking to get into it and looking to start. At 6 cents a kilowatt hour on grid, going for 350,000, maybe you're already a Bitcoin miner and you're looking to expand. We have a 20 megawatt turnkey site in Texas with 5-cent power, and the asking price on this is 12 million. Needless to say, we have sites for everyone. If you want to learn more about these mining sites, reach out to me via email at trevor@bitcoinminingworld.com to learn more. The links will be in the show notes. That's all for today's current events. Thank you so much for tuning into Channel 256. This show was brought to you by Bitcoin Mining World and the Mastermind Club. If you liked what you saw, please leave a comment, a like, and a subscribe. I'm always looking for feedback. I'm your host, Trevor Bello. I'll see you guys not tomorrow, but on Thursday for another current event update. Until then, remember to stay grounded, keep educating yourself, and constantly grow. One final reminder is that Channel 256 is for education and information purposes only. All opinions are my own and not those of Bitcoin Mining World or its affiliates. Please do your own research and speak to a professional before making any investment decisions.